What do you like to do for fun? Hiking, family trips, Star Trek conventions? For me, it's reading the automotive sales results. That's actually not true. But if you do read the results, you'll find that always near the top of the list are these three crossovers: the Toyota RAV4, the Hyundai Santa Fe, and the Dodge Journey. The reason for that is fairly simple. They're affordable vehicles with lots of room inside for people, or people dressed up as Klingons. Anyway, the question is, of these three vehicles, which one's the best for you? This is the Dodge Journey. Simply put, Canada's #1 selling crossover vehicle. Obviously then, there's a lot to recommend here. Key on the list of features though is the fact that it starts well at $20,000, which isn't much more than you'd pay for something like a Toyota Corolla or even Dodge's own Dart. There's loads of space inside here, a whole list of features, and since in recent years Dodge updated the interior design and added a modern V6 engine, you can get things like 7-passenger seating, a rear DVD screen, cooler boxes in the floor. It's funny because if you really read between the lines, what Dodge did with the Journey is essentially take all the cool, interesting things from the Dodge Grand Caravan and put it in a package that's, well, not a minivan, so it's much cooler. All that said, I do wish that the Dodge had a little better quality of materials inside. And you actually have to spend another $6,000 over that base $20,000 sticker to get the big, powerful 283 horsepower V6 under the hood and the 7 seats. In some ways, it's sort of an American muscle car crossover. Lots of power, but not the greatest when it comes to efficiency. This is the Toyota RAV4, one of the longest running crossovers in this segment. And right out of the gate, there's 2 points to make here. First of all, the RAV4 is built in Canada, which to some buyers is important. And 2, even if you can only pony up for the RAV4's base model, which is $25,000, its 4-cylinder engine is much sweeter than the one that's offered by Dodge. So even if you're on a budget, you won't suffer. Build quality here is of course excellent, as we'd expect from any Toyota. The seating position is great, and using all the controls is super easy. The RAV4 is one of the only crossovers on the market now that has a swing-out rear door. If you pop open that door though, you will find a really nice low load floor, which makes it easy to load things in the back of the RAV4. The Toyota just kind of goes about its business without any complication, which is probably why Canadians buy so many of them. This RAV4 we're driving today though is not one of those base 4-cylinders. It's packing the optional V6 engine and all-wheel drive, and in a very uncharacteristic move for Toyota, it's a bit of a hot rod. The rub with the Toyota, though, is pricing. If you look at the Dodge, you only have to spend $26,000 to get 7-passenger seating and a V6 engine. Plus, their dealers are always willing to haggle. With the Toyota, you have to spend $30,000. Then, add another $1,000 to get that smallish third-row seat. In other words, it's going to cost you if you want this Toyota quality. The issue with this Toyota though is that it's feeling a little dated, especially compared to the Dodge and the Hyundai Santa Fe. The interior is a little bit louder, there's a lot more engine noise, some of the materials seem a generation behind or two. Ironically then, almost to the day we were out shooting this video, Toyota announced an all-new RAV4, which of course is going to move the bar in terms of refinement and engine noise and materials and all those things I was complaining about. For you as a consumer, the good news is that this 2012 RAV4 should still be available for a little while, which means you can probably go into a dealer and do some haggling. This is the newest crossover in our comparison test, the Hyundai Santa Fe. And like the Toyota and the Dodge, it's a size up over vehicles like, say, Ford's ever-popular Escape. And that's a big deal for people who want space but can't afford or don't want a full-size crossover. The Santa Fe itself is actually pushing the definition of mid-size crossover. This new generation is properly large. The key difference between the Hyundai and the other two crossovers we have out today is that it no longer offers a V6 engine. Hyundai's gone with a completely four-cylinder engine lineup with the new Santa Fe. The unit we're driving today has the optional 2-liter turbo, good for 264 horsepower, yet still pretty good efficiency. The base engine offered here is actually a naturally aspirated or non-turbocharged 4, though if you're going to be hauling people and lots of cargo, you probably want the extra muscle of the turbocharged engine. This Santa Fe is of course a Hyundai, which means that there's a lot of value packed into this car. Even for the $26,000 base price, there's loads of features. 7 airbags, keyless entry, heated seats, alloy wheels, audio and cruise controls on the steering wheel. There's a lot for your money here. The Santa Fe we're driving today is actually a top-of-the-line limited model at nearly $40,000. That's a lot of money, but at that price it does really play the premium card, offering things like heated leather seats, a heated steering wheel, this massive panoramic roof, navigation, and a rear-view camera. Plus, of course, that turbocharged 4-cylinder engine we mentioned before. And as of right now, there actually is no 7-seat option on the Santa Fe. If you want that third-row seat, you have to wait till next year, when the Santa Fe XL arrives. It will also bring the V6 engine back to the Santa Fe family. And so, if it was my money and I had to choose one of these crossovers, like most Canadians, I'd pick the Dodge Journey, essentially because it offers a lot of features for not a lot of money. That said, if you give me a raise, it'd be really hard to pass up that Hyundai Santa Fe. At the end of the day, no matter which one of these crossovers you pick though, none of them are going to make you look cool at that Star Trek convention. Live long and prosper.